there's a tad bit of a lapse going on both sides, so we're just gonna still just rock this out, get it done. Cause I have quite a few things to do today, but proud of myself because I am still waiting for some procedures and stuff to be done with my tooth that needs to be fixed, and it's really messing with my confidence, but not too much because obviously I'm still here, right? But it's still bothering me, you know. But I said, you know what? Gotta go on live. I kept telling the dentist that. Well, the dentist is my cousin. I was telling his assistants, like, you know, I'm not trying to like rush you or anything, but if you can just put a kind of a rush on that. Like I got some podcasting to do, and to do video. So she kept saying, "Well, at least you got those masks." Like the second time they said that, and I was just thinking, like, yeah, no. What does that have to do with me video podcast? I can't. I don't want to wear a mask and live. But okay, great. Because if I didn't want, needed just to cover up, like, I would just stay home. Like, that's not a problem, honey. I got to go on camera. Okay. Anywho, kind of like want her to say it again so I can ask her, like, what do you mean when you say that? Like, that's supposed to comfort me? Yeah, it's not. You getting on that phone, getting that lab to bring, the center, send my stuff back so we can get this going. So I can feel normal again, But enough about me. How's everyone doing? I hope you had a really, I guess, the days start to blend in now, But it's been a year, and I guess things are going back to normal, whatever that is. If anybody consider this normal, I'm gonna need you to get checked out. But hope everybody's well. Thanks for tuning in, and feels good to be awake. It wasn't the last time I was on here, but the time before that. I was on here last time with Audrey Nicole, and before that was a while. Actually, no, it was that next day after I fell asleep for 2 hours on Haps. So once again, thank you, Haps, for allowing me that great nap. I guess too many for you. I don't know. I don't know why it took so long, but for all you that were there for that, I hope you got some good rest too. That was a slumber party. We meant to do that. They didn't know. They didn't know. I meant to go to sleep on camera. I did. Anywho, let's see. Yes. So I have already gotten what I'm gonna be talking about here, but then just other things just start to arise, and I just can't help myself. But I don't know. Is it me or is the world just strange to anybody? And for anyone listening, for people that are listening, the so far six, um, 39. uh, if you are leaving any messages, please just know that I am definitely trying to figure out why I'm not seeing them. This has been going on for quite a bit. So know when I see them, I will respond. That I truly will. And for anybody else that I sent the link to download or that I didn't download the Haps app, trust me, you won't regret it at all whatsoever. You should subscribe so you can get notifications when I go live and support my work here on Haps. Yeah, show some love. Yep. But yeah, the world is weird. It's really weird. And I'm not really one for the news because I'm really not for the shenanigans at all whatsoever. You know, I just don't like to be played with or manipulated. So therefore, I don't support manipulation and playtime games. If I wanted to play, I would go to the park. So that's not what I expect from the news. So guess what I do? I just don't even watch it. you know, for what? Like really, the the rhetoric, the malarkey, the shenanigans. People don't want that. People want truth. So here we are. But anyways, so today I went to the ABC Youth Center here in San Diego, which is for the youth. So it's a boxing center slash tutoring and just all around great place for the community, for the kids, the youth. They go there, they box. My son, he's a part of this place. I'm a part of this place. It's ran by Coach Billy Moore, who is the son of legendary boxer Archie Moore. I don't know. I'm pretty sure a lot of you that know about boxing and stuff heard of Archie Moore. So uh, and Jack O'Harlan, he knows him too. I did a few interviews with Jack, and he told me that they're pretty close. I thought that was pretty cool. That small world. Hey there. Hi, how are you? So this is wonderful. I mean, I can see the messages. Yay! Hip hip hooray! I hope you're having a great evening there, Rob Roy. Thank you for stopping by. And yeah. So that's where I was today because you know, for most that know me is my field educator for the last 8.5 something years. Um, but one of the fields, the last one I was in before this pandemic hit, and then being a part of the ABC Youth, still being connected with working with the youth, and so that is something that's going on right now where I definitely am working on a project that I've been working on almost 2 years now. 2 years now, and it's actually made it's creating a life of its own. Bullies and bullied no more. Basically, it's for the bully and the bullied. Because most programs and stuff for or advocacy for bullying really just kind of horned in on the youth, the person that's being bullied, like help for people that are being bullied, and and being cyber bullied, and because a lot of that comes with our young ones taking their own life. There's been way too many of those. They don't go talk. They don't ever really get talked about or ever really brought up on the news. Um, as far as when an individual child does something so heinous and just so sad versus like a shooting or something like that. That's what you'll probably see, but you would have to like most likely either hear or seek out these many of un- um unnecessary. It's never necessary to take your life, but it's very troublesome when the world isn't talking about it, so that we can do something about it. And just in 2020 and 21, there's been many of them, and you can just imagine with the pandemic and all the mental health that comes from the isolation and just not knowing and just all around just horrible effects it has on people. And then when it comes to our youth, they're still developing, and they made plans, and they that's how they function with their friends and socializing, and so much that comes with it with their education, just to for them to become like an overall person. And you take that away from them with the stuff that they already deal with and they're going through, and then they, you know It's just sad that mental health in general wasn't something that was looked at or nurtured during this time, and then that the kids just kind of, it was just nothing. Just throwing them back in school now. How are you doing? How are you feeling? Are you okay? Are you excited? Are you nervous? This is one of the most unhealthy ways to introduce children back to society. I don't understand. Though we have professions and people in these professions, and this is something they didn't feel necessary. I mean, the whole world at this part could use some healing and some help, but instead, poof, go back out there. Not let's make sure everybody's mentally and ready and okay. Never that. So I'm definitely all for giving our youth, our children, the, the best foundation they can have to grow and do these things. Because if we don't do it, then what's this all for? Failed. You know what I mean? If we can't even give them a foundation worth that they can even have to even try to achieve and do way more than we ever could even now. It's sad that we're here right now, 2021, and have taken so many steps back. It comes a point where everybody has to stop and just say, what are we doing here? Why are we doing this? What's the goal? What's the end result? What is this all for? Because if the children didn't come to mind and any of those things that could have popped in one's head, then that just shows me our priorities are all messed up. And that's what we should be more concerned about. There's people already running this country the way they want, right? Take care of your kids, take care of your families. Yeah. To, to parents that, to find their children that way, be awful. But see, this is the thing here. And this is my mission, and it will always be my mission is to remove that whole option off of the table when it comes to our youth and when they're dealing with things that to them seem way more extreme than it is to us as adults, and we take that and look at it as if like, what do you have to worry about? What problems do you have? And you know, and that's a really sucky way to look at it, and it's a sucky thing to say to a kid because we all were there once, and in their world, those things are important. So that means that they should be important to us because they're individuals that have feelings, and if you are a smart person, you just off that you know that they're children, so we kind of just expect stuff out of them that aren't realistic, you know. So we have to create that for them, that environment, so that they can have a chance to grow into the great people that they are. But it takes all of us. I mean, at this point, we should be damn near sick of separation and the divide. We know what it is. We know where it's coming from. We know what it does, and we should know at this point that there's no more excuses for this type of behavior, hatred, and all the things that is going on. There's no excuses, and it never really was. But at this point, ignorance and just willful ignorance and stupidity is just it, it's not cute. It's not funny or anything. It just makes no sense. And I think that people need to be held accountable. People get to say the most unintelligent things and then walk away from stuff as if that was okay. I'll give you an example. Let's see. There could be so many. Okay, I'll use this one because this just happened. And if this doesn't upset the whole, if this is just not upsetting at all to anyone, then you need to figure out why. But to go around and just decide that you want to take people's lives just because whatever reason it is. Hmm. But be told that they're having a bad day. That's the mess I'm talking about. The most one of the, I mean, unintelligent things, ignorant things. That comment needs to be held accountable too. It's careless. It's you'd been better off just being silent, playing mute. That right there just did no justice. It's like, oh, that's what we're doing now. Okay. And people, I'm not, I don't have to explain what I'm about to say. I'm just going to say it, but let's not act like this isn't what it is. And unfortunately, some people like the denial. Maybe they still think it's a river. I don't know. Use your sounds. Duh, duh, you know, like I tell the kids, use your sounds. Denial. Some people love it. Willful ignorance. But it's very apparent. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to see this whole ugly racism thing that people don't want to deal with, or they're this, or they're that, and that. And it's the same. It's the very people though too that they can just take a lot of seats because they're not. It has nothing to really do with them. People like to just speak about things that has nothing to do with them. You know, I don't understand that. But saying something like that he was having a bad day, was so disrespectful. Also, too, because so that's just what you're saying to these people's parents and family as you speak these words as for concern for the killer. That's a slap in the face. Bad news, allbadnews.com. Nothing good about that. That's just a disgusting display of representation. Like, please, why is he here? Like, go get somebody that has a heart and some feelings so they can do what Don't send somebody to disrespect the people's lives. I mean, who signed that off and make this okay? That America doesn't have to have empathy when it comes to people that are supposed to protect and all that stuff. That's crazy to me. If that's what it is, I don't want any parts of it. Nope. I'll never justify anything based on someone's color. And that's just disgusting and inhumane. So, but like I said, 20, 2020, 2021, and this is where we're at. It's like we just got on a bike, start pedaling back. Like, yeah, I'm just gonna go on back to what year is that? It's like, yeah. But I mean, for me, I don't let those things stop me from moving forward. I don't allow them to make me say or think things like nothing's gonna change. This is how it is. People that say that, I'm just gonna give you some great advice right now. That is not an answer. It's basically kind of ignorant. It's a telltale sign that basically you're okay with being rammed and ran over and treated any old kind of way. There's nothing that you can do about it, so just deal with it. That's what that says. So if that's not the message you're trying to put out, then that's what you're putting out there, because those type of defeating words have energy. So if that's, you know, where you're at and you feel defeated, then that's all you're going to really see. Because, I mean, who who's to say? I mean, for anyone to even make those comments and say that things will never get better, like I said, number one, you keep words have energy. I mean, we just swim and jump and swim in all the negative. It's kind of easy though when the world's going, it's upside down and just hatred and illness and everything. And I don't know. I guess people just feel hopeless. But see, the thing is that with though, I find very just is that there were way back in when slavery first started. Those people back then had way more heart and guts than we do now. That's pathetic as hell. You know what I mean? It really is. It just makes you wonder what happened. Like what has happened now that's to where. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I know it has a lot to do with like media. It freaking condition. It makes people not care anymore. It's so pathetic on so many people's parts and account, but it's pathetic. It really is. That's the only where I can think when it comes to any of this pathetic, because we should be way past this. So with this program, I want to create a foundation for young people to grow as far as allowing it to fester and not address anything, and then you just set out a person to grow up into this world to, I mean, look around now in the little office there, and other places, how bullying is so conditioned. It's such the norm, you know. And I sit back and I think like, well, somebody surely didn't redirect your behavior. I sometimes, as a teacher, that's what I'm thinking. Redirecting the behavior, and with bullies and bullied, no more. Yeah, we can easily say, don't do that anymore. Okay, you got to make sure your child stops this, or we're gonna have to put him out. And yeah, that's not helping. I mean, like truly changing, helping to change certain behaviors that will be detrimental to one. But I mean, how do you expect to learn in that type of environment if you have other children or classmates that have picked up horrible behavior from home or wherever, but if they picked it up, somebody was too glad to show or to rub off or didn't even care. Some people just don't care how they are and don't realize that their child is watching them and they will emulate. So, I mean, I think that with this program, it's more of it's necessary, put it like that, because bullying happens. These are facts. And really, we can do as parents and as adults and everything is to teach children how to, if you start from home, you have to build your child up. Like that's what we're supposed to do. Reassure them, that they're a great person, and that's what happens when you love, you know, your and there's a lot of people that truly love their parents, and I mean their kids, and this wasn't something that they thought that registered to them to have to do. Like it wasn't like in the it was subconsciously back there, because you just think that you are. but you like literally have to make sure. Like I even catch myself sometimes with my son when I have to like kind of get on him about something that he hasn't done or that I've had to say 50,000 times or one of those things. But as a mom and a teacher, because it really stood out to me more when you're working with other people's children, how much patience you have versus your own. But just making sure that I let him know throughout the day that I love him and make sure I say I'm proud of you, or when he starts to show change in an area that wasn't there before, to acknowledge those things, but always make sure that they know you love them. And when you notice them, because you have to notice them, that's you need to really kind of, it's no excuse when you don't notice certain things because you're not paying attention, but you have to make assure yourself that you check in with your child, or if you've seen that they are sad or have a broken heart, you have to talk with them about these things. You know, you really do. They have so much in their on their plate, having to try to, you know, stay out of certain things that they don't want to be bullied. They want to, and a lot of kids are followers, or they act in a way that they're really not when they're not around other kids because they want to be liked, things like that. And that's why it's so important in the home that we install these things in our children so they don't seek that type of thing. They don't even feel it, so that they're confident. Okay. But if they're not getting those things from anyone, then they just feel like they're not doing anything you know, that's how human beings were, how we're wired. It's that reassurance, knowing that you're, you, you did a good job or something like, especially with children, you have to do that. If they don't get it from you, I mean, what? You're the parent. But you have to use those reinforcing words. Even from a teacher to her students, you have to make sure that as much negatives that are coming out or being addressed, there should be way more positives that kind of suppress that down, or or they'll just carry that. If you keep getting on a kid all the time, kids is always in trouble all the time, and that's all they hear, all they know, then that's what they expect. And after a while, they just become numb to it, and they're like, might as well be what they want me to be, and just really just go at it, just go ham. Like they're trying to win an Academy Award, or, role for being like the worst. you know. But see, that's their thinking though, and that's why even as a teacher, you have to make sure that you are always giving kids positive reinforcements. I don't care if it's one of the most baddest kids or most misbehaved kid in that classroom. He somewhere in that whole day, he's done something worth you acknowledging. You have to though, because those kids are just gonna expect, like, that's what, if that's all they ever get. How do you expect them to, if they don't show them what positive reinforcement sounds like and how you get it? Yep. But that's the only way that they learn these things, you know, through parents and teachers and, adults. So yeah, that's what Bullied and Bullied No More. I'm really stoked about that. So I was able to talk about that today with ABC Youth, because Instructor Billy Moore is very interested in supporting my vision and going with it. And it's not my vision; it's a vision I have for our youth and our children. You know, I definitely will be, and in a minute here, I also will give you a little bit more details of what Bullies and Bully No More is tackling. But I just also wanted to say that I'm not sure if it's this week or if it's scheduled or next week that will be sharing my son and I's story of how I even got on this whole, you know, journey and path with the whole bullying advocacy, but you know, the experiences that that my son had, and as a mother slash teacher, it was rough. It was rough. It was really hard to go through, to watch him go through, to watch people in the school not care, knowing the situation. Like, that's another thing before we get off here. I really need to make clear because I'm really disturbed about something. But I definitely will let you guys know about when I come on to talk about the story behind what got me here right now with this project, and what me and my son endured both as mother and son when he was going to one of the schools that I worked at, and how he was handled when it came to these things right here. When a child is reaching out and letting you know something's going on and you fail them. Yeah. So, me talking about that has not been easy, but I definitely want to share and help others, you know? Um, mm, okay, I was just reading over something. Okay. So, also another thing that I think is very important for us to discuss just just as well as bullying and being bullied. It needs to be very, very teaching our kids to not be a bystander when they're amongst their peers. And when a bystander, like, just watching, not involving yourself or saying anything just so you can blend in when you see something that and um and that's just really way too common as being standard. Okay. It would be great if you guys can, I don't know, just start freezing up. Give it some seconds here. But don't worry, don't fret, everyone, because people that know me know that I'm plastered all over the place. I have probably the most streaming media and podcast accounts than anybody I know. I can damn near put money on it. These are facts. They think they do, but I'm up for the challenge. If you're out there and you want to find more, yeah, I call myself the apple whore. But don't take the whore part too serious. I love apps. But I tell you who I'm not loving right now. That'd be Haps. Already. Now I'm gonna press something real quick. Now if I press this over here and still freezes, I most likely will come back on for like 10 more minutes just so I can go over. Bullied and bullied no more. So let's see what happens. Press on. I didn't mean to press that. Darn it. Damn it, I didn't mean to press that either. Oh goodness, I hate that. Okay, said, wait. Okay, are we better now? Sap. Okay. So let's see if it's still running. I don't see it running. Now, people, if you can't hear me out there, then just know that you can find me damn near anywhere. I love doing lives. I probably go do this other one in Spoon after that and get ready for bed. That's what I'm gonna do. But so sorry for the freezing and everything when I get to talking about things that are very, very important. The social media media just starts tripping and stuff. It's like, what is that called? Censorship or something? Don't know, but it happens way too often. But thank you so much for stopping in. Thank you very much, Rob Roy. Let me make sure I can follow you. Okay, well, you are in the comments. That means what I'm able to